Anne Frank was born on June 12, 1929, to a liberal Jewish family of Otto and Edith Frank, with her older sister Margaret Frank. Anne Frank's father was very interested in scholarship and had an extensive library and ushered his children to read. Even at a young age, Anne Frank was an avid reader, and in school her teachers and classmates would talk of how she was exemplary at reading and writing. Anne Frank had pointed out a little autograph book in the bookshop window to her father weeks before her birthday, and had decided it would make the perfect gift for her. On the 12th of June, 1942, Anne Frank was given a red and white checkered cloth autograph book for her 13th birthday. Anne Frank was livid about the book and started writing in it almost instantly. Due to the Franks being of Jewish relation, Otto Frank moved himself and his family to a hiding place above the Optica offices in Prinsengracht, a canal in Amsterdam, roughly a month after Anne's birthday on July 6, 1924. Anne Frank wrote expansively and in great detail about her stay in the small concealed attic that she was confided to. She had no other way of communicating with the outside world besides what her helpers told her when they delivered newspaper and brought her food. There, Anne Frank stayed for over 2 years, writing, experiencing, reading, and learning. She recorded near all of it inside of her diary, her thoughts, feelings, ideas, as well as some philosophical quotes that are even looked at and revered today. Sadly, on August 4th, 1944, uniformed German soldiers stormed the secret annex the family stayed in, and after fierce interrogation in the Huis van Blauwang, house of detention, the family was deported to Auschwitz concentration camp on September 3rd of the same year. Men and women were separated, leaving Otto Frank to be wrenched from his family. Those who were able to work were admitted to the camp. Others who were not and were under the age of 15 were gassed and killed immediately. Otto was not the most robust man and was in his mid-50s. This left Anne Frank to believe that her father had been killed. On October 28, 1944, men and women were selected to be relocated to Bergen-Belsen. Anne and her older sister Margaret were selected to be moved. However, their mother, Edith, was left behind and soon died of starvation. At Bergen-Belsen in early 1945, a typhus epidemic went throughout the camp, killing hundreds of Jewish prisoners a day. Anne and Margaret were left bedridden in their bunk due to their sickness. Weeks before British soldiers would find and liberate the camp on April 15, 1945, Margaret fell from her bunk and died from the shock. Anne died only days later. The exact days of their deaths are unknown. After the confirmation of their deaths, Otto Frank, having survived his treatment at the camp, received his daughter's diary as well as some notes she had made to be added to the book when she was able. Otto read through his daughter's diary and was astonished at how in detail she was able to pinpoint every event that could vividly remember in his events was reading. Otto submitted the book to historians, journalists, and publishers until The Diary of a Young Girl had been received with great fervor and praise. Today, Anne Frank's book is seen as the greatest historic artifact, and Anne Frank is seen as a symbol of the Holocaust. In the end, in a rather bittersweet sense, Anne Frank achieved her dream of becoming a world-renowned author and book writer.